Hello everyone, I am Mankanta, working as Faculty of Statistics in Sanjeev College of Arts and Science. Welcome to the online class of Quantitative Methods for Managers. Today, I would like to discuss the topic Measures of Correlation and Regression Analysis. That is Unit 3. Correlation. Correlation means the relationship between two interrelated variables. Correlation coefficient is calculated to measure the extent of association between two or more variables. So, correlation is used to measure the relationship between two variables, two interrelated variables. Suppose if you take two variables x and y to measure the relationship between the two variables, then we use correlation. And correlation coefficient is calculated to measure the extent of association between the two or more variables. And this correlation may be positive correlation and negative correlation. Positive correlation. A positive correlation indicates the extent to which the variables increase or decrease in parallel. That is, the variables moves in the same direction. It is called as positive correlation. So, if we take two variables x and y, if they move both the variables moves in the same direction, that is positive direction or negative direction. If the two variables combinedly move in the same direction, then it is called as positive correlation. Example, as the height increases, so does the weight also increase. Next, negative correlation. A negative correlation indicates the extent to which one variable increases as the other decreases. That is, if the variable moves in opposite direction, it is called as negative correlation. If, for example, if you take two variables x and y, if x moves in one direction, that is positive direction, then y moves in the negative direction, opposite direction, that is negative direction. So such type of correlation is called as negative correlation. Example, as the TV time increases, then the grades decreases. Next, correlation value always lies between -1 to 1. That is, all the way solutions, all the answers we get in correlation analysis and regression analysis will be lies between -1 to 1. So 0.9, 0.8. So all the answers will be in between -1 to 1. Correlation coefficient is denoted by small r. Correlation coefficient is denoted by small r. On the basis of the number sets, correlation may be simple correlation and multiple correlation. When we take only two variables to study, it is a case of simple correlation. So if only take only two variables, then it is called as simple correlation. When we take more than three variables, then for such purpose of study, it is known as multiple correlation. So, like different methods of determining correlation. The various methods for determining correlation are as follows. First one, scatter diagram method. Second one, Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation. And the third one, rank correlation. So the different methods for determining correlations are scatter diagram method, Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation, and third one, rank correlation. So first one, scatter diagram method. So scatter diagram method is also called as dot diagram method. This method is used to just know the nature of the correlation between the variables. So scatter diagram method is also known as dot diagram method, and this method is used to know the nature of correlation between the variables. So first one, positive correlation. So positive correlation means r equals to positive. That means all the values from 0 to 1, in between 0 to 1, all the values are known as positive correlation. And perfect positive correlation. So when r equals to +1, then it is called as perfect positive correlation. When and negative correlation. When r equals to when r value lies between 0 to -1, then it is called as negative correlation. When r value equals to -1, then it is called as perfect negative correlation. When r value equal to 0, then it is called as no correlation. So we have positive and negative correlation. So positive correlation and perfect positive, negative correlation perfect negative. And when r equals to 0, it is called, when r equals to 0, that is called as no correlation, that is no direction. So when r value moves in a particular direction from 0 to in positive direction, that is called as positive correlation. When r value moves in a negative direction, then it is called as negative correlation. When there is no particular direction, that is neither positive nor negative, then it is called as no correlation. So this is scatter diagram method. So next one, Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation is denoted by R. The coefficient of correlation R measures the degree of relationship between two variables, that is x and y. So here the deviations are taken from actual mean and assumed mean. So when we take actual mean, R equals to formula sigma xy by root over sigma x square into sigma y square. Once again, R equals to sigma xy by root over sigma x square into sigma y square. When x equals to x minus x bar. So x bar means mean of x value, and at the same time y equals to y minus y bar. So where y bar equals to mean of the y values. When deviations are taken from assumed mean, R equals to n into sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y by root over n into sigma x square minus sigma x whole square into root over n into sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. So when deviations are taken from assumed mean, R equals to n into sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y by root over n into sigma x square minus sigma x whole square into root over n into sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. So we can use both the formulas if we take actual mean and assumed mean. And the significance of correlation can be tested by the concept of probable error. To test the significance of correlation, so we use the concept probable error. So probable error equals to 0.6745 into 1 minus r square by root n. So probable error formula 0.6745 into 1 minus r square by root n, where r means coefficient of correlation and n equals to number of pairs of observations. So how many pairs of observations are there? Then we can count that equal to n value. So let us do an example. So the following data related to age of employees and the number of days they are reported in a month. So as I given age, that is 30, 32, 35, 40, 48, 50, 52, 55, 57, 61, and sick days. So how many days they have kept leave? So 1, 0, 2, 5, 2, 4, 6, 5, 7, 8. So they have given calculate Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. So Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation formula R equals to sigma xy by root over sigma x square into sigma y square, or n into sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y by root over n into sigma x square minus sigma x whole square. into root over n into sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. We can use both the formulas, any formula you can use. So here all are the x terms, here y terms. Suppose we are taking, when deviations are taken from actual mean. So actual mean formula r equals to sigma xy by root over sigma x square into sigma y square, where x equals to x minus x bar and y equals to y minus y bar. So we can do the sum in actual mean. So while doing in actual mean, so they have given age. So let the age be x and sick day will be y. So we have to know x value. So x equals to x minus x bar. So for x bar means mean of x values. So first we have to calculate, first we have to add all the x values, that is 30 plus 32 plus 35. So if we add all these values, then we will get sigma x. So sigma x equals to 460. Next we have to calculate all the y values, that is sigma y. Sigma y value equals to 40. So first we have to calculate mean. So mean formula x bar equals to sigma x by n. So sigma x value have calculated how much? So mean x bar equals to sigma x by n. So where sigma x we have calculated. So sigma x means summation of all the x values. So how much you get? Sigma x equals to 460 by n. N means number of values. So n means number of pairs of observation. So how many observations are there here total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So n equals to 10. So 460 divided by 10. So that equals to 46. So x bar equals to 46. At the same time y bar equals to sigma y by n. So sigma y means summation of all the values of y values. So sigma y equals to 40. So 40 divided by 10. So that equals to 4. So now x equals to x minus x bar. So that is 30 minus x bar. So x bar value equals to 46. So 30 minus 46, that equals to minus 16. So similarly 32 minus 46, that equals to minus 14. Next 35 minus 36, 35 minus 46, minus 11, minus 6, 2, 4, 6, 9, 11, 15. So x minus x bar. All these x values should be subtracted from mean value x bar. So we have calculated x bar. X bar equals to sigma x by n. So that equals to x bar equals to 46. So x minus x bar, that is 30 minus 46, minus 16, minus 14, minus 11, 4. Similarly 61 minus 46, that equals to 15. So next x square. So x square means x values we have gathered all the x values. Now x square, that is 16 square. So minus 16 into minus 16, that equals to 256. Next 14 square, 196. 11 square, 121. 6 square, 36. 2 square, 4, 16, 36. 9 square, 81. 11 square, 121. And 15 square, 225. Next y values. So y equals to y minus y bar. So y bar means sigma y by n. How much we got? Y bar equals to 4. So all the y values should be subtracted from with minus 4. That is 1 minus 4. That equals to minus 3. 0 minus 4. Minus 4. 2 minus 4. Minus 2. 1. 2 minus 4 minus 2, 4 minus 4 0, 2, 1, 3, 4. So these are all y values. Next we have to calculate y square, that is 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 4, 1, 4, 0, 4, 1, 3 square 9, 4 square 16. Next xy we have to calculate. So what are the x values? Minus 16, minus 14, these are all the x values, and y values minus 3, minus 4, minus 2, these are all y values. So we have to calculate these two values, that is minus 16 into minus 3, so that is 48. Next minus 14 into minus 4, that equals to 56. Next minus 11 into minus 2, 22. Minus 6 into 1, minus 6. 2 into minus 2, minus 4. 4 into 0, 0. 6 2 is 12. 9 into 1, 9. 11 into 3, 33. 15 into 4, that is 60. So we have to see carefully. Minus into minus, plus. At the same time, plus into minus, minus. So according to the formula, what we have, r equals to, so according to the formula, r equals to sigma xy by root over sigma x square into sigma y square. So we have calculated here x square, y square, and we have x square. So we have to add all these values, that is sigma x square, and if we add all these values, that we get sigma y square, and if we add all these values, we will get sigma xy. So when we add all these values, 256 plus 196 all, we get sigma x square equals to 1092, and similarly y square, if we add all these values, we will get, right, this is sigma y square. If we add all these values, we get sigma y square equals to 64, and sigma xy equals to 230. So using these values, r equals to sigma xy by root over sigma x square into sigma y square. So that is r equals to sigma xy. So sigma xy value 230. 230 divided by root over sigma x square 1092 into sigma y square value. Sigma y square equals to 64. So if we calculate this, 230 divided by 1092 into 64 under the root, that equals to 263.36. So 230 divided by 261, that equals to 0.87. So here it is positive value. So it is called as positive correlation, and the answer we get will be in between minus 1 to 1. Is clear? So r equals to 0.87. So next we can do another sum. Calculate Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation from the following data. So here I have given marks in economics and marks in banking. So first we will take x values, next y values. So first we will add sigma x. So x equals to x minus x bar. So first we have to find x bar. So x bar equals to sigma x by n, that equals to 170 by 5, that equals to 34. Next y bar. So y bar is mean of y values. So that equals to sigma y by n. So that equals to 35. So next x equals to x minus x bar. So x bar equals to 34. So we have to subtract all the x values with 34. So 48 minus 34, 35 minus 34. So all these values will be x values. Next we have to calculate x square. Similarly y values they have given. So next y equals to y minus y bar, that equals to y minus 35. So y bar equals to 35. So we have to separate all these values with 35. So next y square, and next we will calculate x into y, xy values. So next we will add sigma x square, sigma y square and sigma xy. So next correlation coefficient R equals to sigma xy by root over sigma x square into sigma y square. So sigma xy value 280 by root over sigma x square 776 into root over 550. So that equals to 0.429. Is it clear? So I will continue with the remaining sums in the next class. Thank you, students.